Hey Manoj, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Manisha?
Always good, yeah, always bright, I hope, and shining. So welcome again to Festivals of India, and thank you so much for doing this again with us.
Absolute pleasure.
So some of our founding members, and you're one of them, Manoj. So for all of us here who are new to the platform, Manoj has been wearing multiple hats and has been talking to us on this forum on and connecting on various ways. So I think Manoj's bio data is fairly expansive. But today we are talking to Manoj as the founder of the School of Public Speaking, and I think that is exactly how we've collaborated this event, Manoj. So thank you so much for the collab. And would you want to add a little about yourself and the School of Public Speaking in terms of how you had started out, where you are at, and what can we look forward to with this collab which is coming
Okay.
up?
So I've been a public speaking coach for quite a long time, almost maybe 20 years on now that I've been doing public speaking programs. I am somebody who gone through this whole depression of not being able to speak in public and then came out of it and then realized that there is a way out of this. And
Hmm.
that's how I became a public speaking coach. But that always was a passion. It was never a profession. It was always a passion. Try and help as many people as possible, as many children as possible, to overcome this whole fear of public speaking. As you know, public speaking happens to be the biggest fear
Yeah.
among people in the world. So 3 out of 4 people suffer from this phobia. So
Hmm.
that's quite a lot of people who need to overcome this, and that's where I started my work as a public speaking coach. Pandemic gave a very different opportunity because I was planning to conduct these offline programs during the summer holidays, which we used to do earlier. But unfortunately, this pandemic, we were not able to do the offline program. So some of these parents who had shown interest said, "Is there any way we can do it online?" And that's not something
Online.
that I had ever thought about. That we could actually conduct public speaking programs online, and
Hmm.
we tried it out with a batch, the first batch, which went live on the 11th of April. We
Mhm.
had a group of around 12 of them who attended the first program. We took detailed feedback from each of them, and we figured out that this is something that is really working because the kids really showed a lot of interest in how it is happening, and then there was a lot of transformation that happened. And from that word of mouth, we started on the next batch, on the next batch. So it just kept on going. As I stand now, we are on the 33rd batch of online public speaking programs.
Wow. Hmm.
Approximately 350 plus children would have gone through it. So it started off as a batch only for 18 to 12 to 18-year olds. Then they said that okay, we have our siblings who might want to attend. The parents came back saying that okay, there are younger kids who want to attend. So I created a
Hmm.
batch for 8 to 12. And then the parents themselves came and said that okay, my child seems to have benefited a lot from this. Is there a way I can
So
attend
why
it?
can't I? Hmm.
So then we created a batch for adults. So currently I have 3 batches. One is for an age group of 8 to 12, which is a 4 day batch. The other one is for 12 to 18, and then we have an adults batch. Each of them focus on a different area altogether. The younger ones are mostly an introduction to public speaking. The other ones go a little more detailed. The adults typically work in terms of business presentation, communication, etc., etc. So it goes a little more in depth into it. What I've done, Monisha, is the experience that I've got over 20 years plus. I thank the people who have helped me create this program. Um, I've capsulated that. So the initial program used to be a 3 day program. That's what I used to do earlier. Uh,
Hmm.
3 full days of program, and that really helps people. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
program is still being planned as a offline program. Once things settle down, we might want to still go ahead and do it as a residential program at some point of time, which is
Hmm.
still being considered. But that 3 day program, I've kind of capsulated that into a 4 day and a 5 day workshop. So it typically works on an input output model wherein I'm able to give them a particular input on day one, and then they work on that input and deliver it on day two. So that is what is really making a difference, because I personally believe there is an art, a craft, and a science to public speaking. So if you learn the
Hmm.
3 things, then you attain the skill to deliver a public speech. That's how it works.
So Manoj, from whatever little I know in terms of the method in which you have been, coaching the students who, or it could be any age group, right? I remember the days when you used to do these theater-based, coaching programs, which had a lot of, it was an offline format where you had people coming in and there was a lot of action involved. I'm sure you used that training mechanism to bring out the form of expression in people, right? And then now it is a little more focused on public speaking. So this medium that is available to all of us right now, right, which we are sort of compelled to use and make the most of. What kind of limitations do you feel? Because when we say public speaking, there's usually, somewhere we have to implement the public part of the, speaking, the course, which means that you're actually giving somebody an audience and then making somebody speak in front of them. Here it's online, it's virtual. For example, if I'm talking to you, I still feel isolated in my environment where I'm sitting and talking to you. It's only the screen, right? So do you feel that the students are being able to mentally disconnect from this isolated environment they sit in and connect to the online forum which is created where they see others on the screen and they are talking to each other? Do you feel everybody gets to express equally? Does that happen at the end of your workshops?
So this was the first challenge that I thought we will face, because you cannot teach somebody swimming online, right? You can't. You need to get
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
pool to learn swimming. Okay.
exactly.
So will we be able to work on a public speaking program online? Is the first thing that we had.
Hmm.
I've seen multiple programs being conducted over WhatsApp, over a large group of people attending the programs and all that. Nothing against anybody. Each of them have their own ways of coaching and working. What I've really felt is I work with very small groups. So my groups are typically not more than 10 to 12 people. So that's the max I take in a group. And then that way I'm able to give individual focus. And second thing, the
Hmm.
biggest challenge is the amount of time you can spend in an online format. So I am not a big advocate of long hours in front of the screen.
Yeah.
So 90 minutes is the maximum time I spend in a workshops. I don't want the children to sit beyond that. The
Hmm.
flip side of it is I always find it difficult to get them out after 90 minutes. They don't want to leave. So,
Hmm.
so I need to literally kind of send them off, saying that we are done for today. We will catch up tomorrow. So
Hmm.
that shows that the children are having
Are
fun. And
enjoying.
if I go through what is my biggest USP, or what is my benefit that I bring into most of these workshops, is the fun element to it. So if you're working with children, the most important part is that they need to enjoy it. So I get
Right.
feedbacks from parents saying that, okay, my child refuses to sit for more than 10 minutes in an online, if it's a class going on or anything. They come out for various reasons, or water, washroom, a bite or something. They just keep jumping out. And I tell them that, yeah, your same child was here for 90 minutes without even moving, and after 90 minutes also they're hanging around till the time I exit myself, and all of them get disconnected. So that's because they have fun, and that's something that I keep hearing back from them every time. And when you learn through fun, the learning
Yeah,
remains.
absolutely.
If you're trying to push it down the throat, nobody enjoys it. So we are learning it through fun, and we're having a lot of interaction. So each day they work on an assignment. So we work on an input, and based on that input they
Hmm.
work on an assignment, and they really take it very, very seriously. They want to kind of give that output the next day. And we have seen
Hmm.
the graph for every child from day 1 to day 5 or day 4. It's a steep incline. They just take off. It's unbelievable to see some of the transformations that have happened. So I've had children who struggle to give even a 10-second introduction when they were asked to give, coming back after a month or something and saying that, okay, uncle, I've created a YouTube channel. I mean, so so
Hmm.
that's testimony itself that this thing works. So
Yep.
yes, I was a little worried in terms of will it work or not. But after having run 33 batches and 350 kids, seeing so many stories of transformation, I
Hmm.
personally believe that this definitely works,
Hmm.
provided there is a way in which it is done, and
Hmm.
there is a very clear model in which the children are taught how to do it. So it's not very easy to get a 9-year-old child sit in front of a laptop for 90 minutes when somebody is taking a class to them. So they might sit in
Absolutely.
front of a YouTube video, but not in front of a teacher or a coach. So I try to work with them in such a way that it is engaging to them, it is enriching for them, and there is a lot of learning that happens simultaneously.
Agreed. So Manoj, my little bit of understanding that I have, because I've been, myself in a space where I used to be a major introvert, right? And then somewhere had to break open from that shell, and then today I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And in terms of whether, whether I was in the corporate world, in the board of directors, or today, speaking to you like this and being able to express. You spoke about something to do with the science of public speaking, right? So do you feel somewhere psychology has a part to play? Because I feel somewhere, when a human is born, right? When everybody is born, I think everybody is born expressive. That's how a child just cries without any inhibition, right? Or they throw a tantrum without an inhibition. And I think over the period of, or the number of years of being cultured, or so-called educated, or civilized, or mannered, different children are they program themselves to become what they are, and then some of them get into shells, some of them remain expressive. I think it's got to do a lot of everything with parenting, right? Parenting and the whole environment that is around it. So according to you, what do you feel is the variety of kids that you see? What exactly is the kind of science that you have seen in that evolution? Do you have a lot of introverted kids who come, or what is the kind of assessment that you have from the folks that you have trained? Because it's very
Okay.
important to understand.
Yeah.
I'm asking it just as a parent. How would I know that my child needs, for example, a course like this, right? Because we always think of hobbies being art, culture, dance, various forms of physical activity. And this is something which is like a bridge between education and psychology and just getting yourself out, right? So as a parent, what do you think your message to us would be? What should be the faculty behind this decision making here for your
Okay.
child to
So,
enroll?
a couple of parts to this, Monisha. The number one thing is that my attempt is not to convert an introvert into a extrovert. That is not
Hmm.
something that I would want to do. That is not something that any parent should do. It's a
Hmm.
trait in a child. An introvert can be a great public speaker, an extrovert can be a pathetic public speaker. So that has nothing to
Agreed.
do with anything. Okay.
Hmm.
Secondly, is in terms of the psychology of the whole thing. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm just trying to tell you from what I've kind of realized over so many years and what I've read and what I've understood. There is some study which Charles Darwin had done initially, and he kinds of comes out saying that human beings have not evolved enough to have come out of this fear of being attacked. That's always
Hmm.
somewhere inside us. Okay, so that is probably one of the reason that you sit in a 3D environment and there is an arrow coming to you from that Avenger guy, and you are going back. Why? Because there
Hmm.
is a subconscious fear of being attacked somewhere that remains inside us. Similarly, if you
Hmm.
look at it, the whole word called fear of public speaking, right? So we are putting the blame on whom? We are putting the blame on the public, right? While
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
public has nothing to do with your fear. what
Absolutely.
what is it that the public can do? Who's
Hmm.
making a speech? You are making a speech. Who's delivering the speech? You are delivering the speech. Who can make it good or bad? Only you can do it. What has the public got to do with that? Nothing. So the fear actually is a subconscious fear. It's not a
Hmm.
not a conscious fear. It is a subconscious fear that remains inside us, that when I'm going to a public, I need to be worried. Or this could have a lot of things with the upbringing also. We are so it could be multiple factors, but one of the
Hmm.
key factors is to get that fear which is lying in your subconscious mind, that I can't give a speech, or the public might harm me, the public might laugh at me, the public might boo me. So you're putting the blame onto the public, whereas the only thing you need to correct is yourself. It is like
Ex-
blaming the swimming pool for not being able to swim, or blaming the cycle for not being able to cycle. It's as simple as that. So
Hmm.
public is just a medium. Who's speaking? You are speaking. And once you are speaking, you just need to deliver what you've prepared. So I work on that science part to ensure that how can
Hmm.
you create that speech that will take you out of this. Now I ask this question to the children, right? How can you be a better swimmer? You can be a better swimmer by swimming. There's no
By
other way.
practicing.
There is absolutely no
Yeah.
other way. You can be a better cyclist by cycling.
Hmm.
Similarly, you can be a better speaker by speaking. So as long as
Hmm.
you don't go on stage and speak, or as long as you're not taking that opportunity that is coming to you to go and speak, you will never become a good speaker. Okay. And when
Hmm.
I'm talking about public speaking in this program, and this is to the parents that you asked me for, how do I know my child needs this training? Every single child needs this training. It doesn't matter if your child is a prodigy who has gone on TED Talks when he was 5 years old, or a child who is afraid of giving a speech at 18 years old. Doesn't matter. I've had kids who have gone given TED Talks attending my program, who've come back and said that, Uncle, I now know how to give a speech.
Hmm.
Right. So there is a way to create that speech. There is a way to give that speech. That's what I focus on. And that doesn't help you just in terms of going on stage and talking. It helps you communicate with people. It helps you write
Ab-
essays. It helps you crack interviews. In very
Absolutely.
simple terms, it helps you talk to another person or a group of people. The
Hmm.
stage, the public, the larger audience is just a byproduct of that stuff. How are you able to
Understand.
communicate what you want to communicate to people whom you want to communicate? That's what we largely cover in this program, and that's why it really works for children. So
Hmm.
they come out after the program. They come out with much better clarity in terms of how do I put something across, how do I
Hmm.
get something across from my parents or from my teacher or from my friends. How do I do that? Now if you go back and look at all our lives, the biggest issue that we have all faced is in terms of communication, be our
Right.
personal life, be it our professional life, anywhere. So we
Absolutely.
ensure that they are able to kind of come out of this challenge by being able to create a speech or create a communication model that is well thought of, that is well prepared, and they are able to deliver it to perfection. That's what we typically work on. Taking one step further, how it will help adults. You and me have been in corporate life for quite a long time. We have seen these guys who are immaculate performers when it comes to be sales, finance, HR, whatever it is. They are great in the terms of what they're doing, but they are unable to go and present it, and that
Hmm.
really affects them in terms of their career growth or anything. It might be a small client presentation, it might be a big business presentation in front of your CEO. You're not able to do it. Why are you not able
Hmm.
to do it? Because this is not something that you have ever learned. No school
Yeah.
teaches you this, no college teaches you this. If you are somebody who's been a natural, as you call, talkative guy, you're expected to give a presentation also, which unfortunately is not the case. Talking and presentations are two different things. So we try to cover these things for adults also, wherein they are able to kind of go give business presentation, give client presentation, give good good speeches. So all of that gets covered in this, Manisha.
Very interesting, Manoj. I think I agree with you 200%, if not more, because I have not just self-experienced, I've seen people, right? And there could be amazing individuals, but then when it comes to expression, um, that's where the loophole is, right? So, communication skills is something I heard. How important is language, as a means to communicate, Manoj? Because I know a lot of people, okay, because I am in the people domain. Most of my startups are community driven, and I'm always interacting with people. And one of the biggest fear people have is my language isn't very good. So they might have the content, they might know how or what they, but for example, even BNI, right? We both BNI members, right? And we all have that 30-second pitch that we do about our business, and we have to make it different every single time. So I have this 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 hit ratio which happens with me and my people from the community. They come back and say, I don't have a language to use. So how far do you think that is important, Manoj? And how easy is it to teach somebody language very quickly? It's not easy, right? So what is your 2 cents on that?
See, language is just one part of it, right? So it again
Hmm.
depends on the community that you're working with. So many times what we misunderstand language to be English, which
Yeah,
I don't think is the case, right? Unless otherwise you
absolutely.
are dealing with only your customers or your clients who understand only that language, you need to definitely be proficient in that. But you don't need Oxford standards to kind of speak to them. You need
Hmm.
basic minimum understanding, which I think if you are a a college graduate or if you're a good high school graduate, you are able to kind of do it. So you can work with it. What is missing is how to put it across, right? As you said, many people are not able to create that presentation, that 30-second presentation or a 8-minute presentation, whatever you're doing. The biggest
Hmm.
challenge most of the people face is that they are not able to put it together. I teach them how to
Absolutely.
put it together. If you're able to put it together, your language is
Hmm.
no more a constraint, right? Nobody can teach you English in 5 days. Nobody can teach you English in 5 months. You need to go through it on a longer term, which I don't spend on, and that's not my area of expertise. But I think language is only secondary. The skill of putting it together is what is primary. And if you're
Hmm.
able to put that together, then you're much more confident. The language issue comes up because you're not confident in terms of what are you presenting. If you have
Right.
an idea of what I'm going to present in 30 seconds or 10 seconds or 8 minutes or 1 hour,
Hmm.
then the language is no more a constraint to you. Language becomes a constraint because you use it as an excuse of not being able to give a speech because you have not prepared that speech. If
Right.
you attend the program and you learn how to give that speech, then you don't have to search for words during the presentation. You don't have to run around finding out how it is done. So that's where the
Hmm.
science of public speaking comes in. And if you learn
Understand.
that, the other part is the art, the other part is a craft that automatically comes in after that. So that's very important. Language is secondary. The skill that you need to create that speech is primary.
Got it. So, Manoj, is there like a level one, level two, sort of an upgrade that you have in the courses, or is it just like one level that everybody is for, and every time it remains the same? Or do
No,
you have
so,
like a
so
program-based growth?
currently I'm running is just the level one of it, which is mostly the online programs, because I don't think I'll be able to take it to level two uh, online. So that really
Okay.
needs a
Hmm.
stage, that really needs physical people, that needs a larger group to kind of do it. So the advanced level program is programmed already and kept ready, but I'm just waiting for things to settle down wherein we can actually do a physical event. So the whole plan is
Hmm.
that if I have people in Bangalore, I can do it here. If there is a set of people in Hyderabad who wants it, I can travel to Hyderabad and do it. So it's going to be a 3-day residential
Offline.
program.
Hmm.
uh, the advanced program will be larger groups, typically around 20-25 people, where we
Hmm.
can come together. But I would definitely want them to go through the initial
The
level
level
one
one.
of it, to
Hmm.
then to move to the next level of program. Yeah.
Very interesting, yeah. So, in fact, whenever that happens, you should probably, let us know, because that will be interesting. Because I remember the theater-based workshops that you used to do. I was in Bangalore, and they were very interesting. I haven't really come across anybody who does that, in that manner. So very, very, very interesting, Manoj. But I'm glad that at least level one can be accessed online by people from any part of the world, whether they come to you directly or they come through us. In fact, my humble request to everybody who's being us right now is that I know Manoj personally. I have worked with him. I have known him for now a couple of years. Uh, I more than what he delivers through the course as an individual, he is a very, very articulate and organized and expressive individual, because I think that is what hit me the first thing. So I'm just taking everybody back, Manoj, to the first time that we met. I remember the first time I walked into the chapter meeting at BNI, and I was floored completely. Let me tell you, I don't get floored very easily, because I feel I feel that somewhere I'm not being egoistic here, but I feel somewhere I've met a lot of kinds of people, and somewhere you have a little taste there. So when I actually saw you heading the table at the BNI chapter, and I was completely floored. I think if any one reason converted me into a BNI member, and I was convinced that why I should be a part of a forum, it was the way that you delivered,
Thank you
a
for
speech that is anyway prepared, right, by a forum, and it is given to everybody, dished out to all the chapters. But the way, the articulateness with which you did it was mind-boggling. I didn't see you picking up a paper and talking. So that was
thank you.
brilliant. So I think, even if that 1% of what you have in you, Manoj, passes down to all the age groups that you are catering to right now, and teach these individuals a skill, right? Like you rightly said, it's an art. It's not got to do only with communication, the formats or language. It is a skill. It is something that bridges over what is inside you to the outside world, right? And if you can express uh, spontaneously, I would use the word spontaneously, because preparation also comes with spontaneity. You can't just get up and prepare unless you're spontaneous enough to do that. I think
True.
that'll really bring about a sea change in the youth that is actually entering into different streams of professions. Whether it is with giving interviews, because academics is not the only criteria, right? We all know that nowadays you have
And one thing that you said, right, Monisha, in terms of being able to connect to the world that way, and anybody listening, because I've had children attending this program from Germany, US, UK, Bahrain, Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, name it, the entire Middle East countries, Indonesia, Singapore. I mean, from across the world, not just India for that matter, from across India, not just Bangalore, because I am based in Bangalore, and I would have first probably thought that I will do it for Bangalore, but then I had a separate batch only for US to look at their timings, and we created a late night batch for me, and it was a batch for them during their daytime. So we created a batch for them. So there were kids from across the world attending. So that way, it was really really nice, because then you get to interact with children coming from different perspective, different thoughts of mind, different education streams,
hmm,
um, and even different dialects and different accents. So it gives you also a lot of opportunity to
learning.
learn. It is it
Yeah,
is it is it is,
yeah.
it is a very very nice opportunity for me to kind of interact with these children. Some amazing children. Some examples I cannot forget them for the rest of the life, in terms of how they shared it, how they came back later on to share with me. I'm sorry. I think there's a
No,
sudden power
no,
loss.
the power went, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but I'm
That's
still
okay.
here.
We
So
can hear you. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so that's what it really helped me to kind of uh, try to extend it to the rest of the world also, and that's something that I will continue to do. So that's something that I really enjoy doing it.
Perfect, Manoj. I think your collabs are now starting here on the platform from the 60th, from the 11th. Sorry, it's starting from the 11th. I think
Yes.
for the junior batch, and you're starting one for the adult batch from the 16th,
16.
right?
Yes.
From the
Yes.
16th. And we are helping you with this collab so that, we can have some members of our community join in and learn. I know for sure that my daughter is going to be a part of it, because she's heavily into speaking. The elder one,
Wow.
the younger one is a natural, so she doesn't have an, but if I go and tell her, she'll definitely say yes, but she's got herself into a couple of things. But as a parent, I think I'm totally convinced, Manoj, and I think this is the beginning. I would love to have you do more levels with them. I don't know if we can come to Bangalore, but I'll definitely see if we can, gather a few more people here in Vizag for you, and
Absolutely.
bring you over actually. So,
Right.
anything else that you would want to add? Otherwise, I've had my fill actually. I
Yeah.
think we
So I
good
would I
discussion
would only
around.
request parents to not judge their kid. Okay. So
Yeah.
as you said, okay, there are children who are natural speakers. Okay, they are
Hmm.
able to speak out. They are these talkative kind of kids. They are able to express, but even they need a training in public speaking.
And election. Hmm.
So because as I said, some of these experiences of children who have given those TED talks and then coming and attending this program made me realize the fact that okay, even they really need to be taught how to give that speech. They know
Hmm.
it. They have a natural talent. They are not afraid of the public. They are not afraid of the stage. They are able to go and talk to people, but they still need the signs of it on how to make it better, because there is always an opportunity to become better there. So don't be stuck there
Absolutely.
with the thought that okay, my child is good in speaking, so she or he doesn't need public speaking programs. They need it even more than the others, because at some point of time they're going to hit this brick wall wherein they don't
Hmm.
know what to do next. Right now,
Hmm.
if I can get a minute's time, I just want to give you a very
Please.
simple example that I always share with people. Now, if I put you on a cycle, okay, you don't know cycling at all, and if I put you on a cycle and push you down a hill down, there is
Hmm.
a good 10% chance or a 5% chance that you might reach down. Why? Because that's your natural skill, that's your natural balancing act. The body balances it itself, or the earth's gravitational pull, all of that stuff put together, you are somehow able to reach down. You may not be able to stop your cycle there. Now those are kids who have got that natural skills of talking. They are able to go down without any kind of training, anything, because they are natural. Okay, how many of them will be able to climb up?
Yeah, I
None
know
of
what you're saying.
None
Yeah.
of them. Why? Because that needs training, that needs skill, that doesn't just need will, that needs skill. The ones who are going down are the ones who've got the will, right?
Right.
It only helps in a one-way traffic. If you need to go back up the hill, you need the skill also, and skill is what we train them on. So anybody who's keen on this, I think every single child must go through this program, because I have not seen a single school which teaches this. They teach rock horse
Yeah.
riding in schools, rock climbing in schools, but none of them teach
Yeah.
public speaking in schools. So that's
Which
something
is
that
actually
each of
which is
them go through.
actually so important. Yeah. Yeah. Which is actually so
Being an
important.
online platform, it's a great opportunity, because they can sit in their living room and attend this program, and you can see it for yourself. So thank you,
Yeah,
Monisha, for hosting me. It was great.
my pleasure, Manoj. I'm not letting you off till you wish everybody, leave everybody with a Christmas and a New Year message. We would love to
uh,
hear your thoughts and the cause that you have connected with this time, the one that we have out of the three. So just 2 lines on each, please.
See, I mean, I really like the way you work on it. So the cost is something that it's all about giving, right? It's never about taking. It's all about giving. And the more you're able to give, it's great. So it's a great way to collaborate and ensure that we are giving, because that one smile that you're going to bring into somebody's face who has received what you've given is going to make a lot of difference for you, and that will never happen. It doesn't matter how much you get, it is not going to
I
happen. So that's my
agree.
this and in terms of a wish, I hope 2021 is going to make a lot of difference for everyone. 2020 has not been the greatest year for all, but it definitely is a lot of learning that we have all learned to live.
Absolutely.
Life has moved on, right? Life has never stopped, life has moved on, and I'm very sure it doesn't matter what 2021 poses in front of you. We will continue to survive, we will continue to sail, we will continue to be happy. So be happy and enjoy what you have, and then give from that happiness to make others also happy. That's my message.
True that. True that, Manoj. True that. And we will see you back at the collabs. So all the best. And again, requesting everybody, whoever hasn't enrolled, please do so. The links are available. I shall post it again on this live comment box. Manoj can be followed on, the School of Public Speaking social handles, which also will be posted. Please do that for yourselves, not for us, and yourself and your children actually progress in life. I think that's the message that I would want to end on. Manoj, thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
so much,
It's been a
Manisha.
pleasure as
Pleasure.
always. Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.